I think everyone who plays Pokemon would agree that the grass type is definitely the worst choice to pick for a starter. Honestly, grass overall is just a difficult type to take advantage of with its many weaknesses and its lack of offensive presence, only being able to take out 3 types while being resisted by 7. With all these disadvantages, there are still some amazing grass types out there, including some starters. However, when it comes to Mega Evolutions, there isn't a lot to talk about as only 3 have ever been given one, ranging from terrible to very solid. Emerald Redux has added 2 additional Mega Evolutions, as well as improvements to the existing ones. I've already covered Breloom and Meganium in previous videos, so check those out, but I will be including them in the top 5 ranking at the end. But now, let's see what improvements have been made. Going in Dex order, we'll start with the only grass Mega with a decent amount of success, Mega Venusaur. It's even been used on some regional champion teams. Despite its grass typing, its stats make it really bulky with both defenses in the 120s as well as a special attack so it can dish out damage back. It won't just sit there and die. It's already a good Mega, but now it will have 3 additional abilities. Well, kinda. Its main ability now, Big Leaves, is actually 4 abilities at once: Chloroplast, Chlorophyll, Harvest, and Solar Power. This may sound crazy broken, and it certainly is great, but it's not as impressive for a Mega. Harvest lets it reuse berries in sunlight, but it can't hold berries. Chloroplast is a unique ability causing the Pokemon to battle as if it were in sunlight. This includes moves like Solar Beam, which will activate instantly because of this. This, however, does not activate other abilities, just moves. So for its Chlorophyll ability, it will increase its speed by 50% in sunlight, but it will need to be set up before it's activated. Also for its Solar Power ability, which boosts its special attack by 50% in the sunlight. So having all 4 is nice, but requires some setup for maximum potential. Kinda worth it though, especially since Venusaur has Weather Ball, and it becomes a really strong fire type move in the sun. I always found it odd that sun helps many grass types, but at the same time increases the power of the fire moves, which grass types desperately want to avoid. Luckily for Venusaur, it gets thick fat, having both fire and ice type weaknesses. It's already really bulky, so not being able to use half of its weaknesses against it is pretty solid. You don't want to be hit by its powerful solar beams because of its Forest Rage ability, the signature of Mega Grass starters. It's basically just Overgrow on crack. 30% boost to its grass moves, or 80% at lower HP. If you fail to knock it out, then it's going to hit back with devastating power. Physical attackers may be poisoned as well due to its Poison Touch ability. Overall, it's been given all the tools to succeed, but is it the best grass has to offer? The grass starter native to this game's region, Sceptile, has a Mega Evolution whose design I really like, but man is it bad at times. It's fast and strong, but its added Dragon type weakness guarantees it dies to an Ice Shard. Not to mention its ability Lightning Rod is garbage and is exclusive for doubles. I also didn't feel it as a special attacker, but luckily in these games it's been changed because its move pool before was really bad. Flipping its 145 special attack to its attack, 145 in speed is very good. It's still very fragile, so it will need to pick up one-hit KOs most of the time, and it actually has abilities to help it out with that. It also gets the 4-in-1 Big Leaves ability. So again, Harvest does nothing for it, and Solar Power isn't really too useful. Chlorophyll is nice if you really want to outspeed everything, but it really isn't necessary because it's super fast. The main benefit here is Chloroplast, so it can use Solar Blade instantly, which is actually really powerful, especially since it also gets access to the Forage Rage ability, although it will most likely be dead before it gets to use the 80% boost. So far it doesn't have a lot to turn this Mega around, but it does have 2 other abilities that will help it with one-shotting foes. Keen Edge is the ability that really justifies it becoming a physical attacker, boosting its slashing moves, including Solar Blade, by 30%. It can also run Dual Chop, X-Scissor, or Night Slash, which will all be boosted. Don't sleep on the boosted up cut either, so Sceptile can take out fairies. Now like I said, it's already really fast, so it doesn't need to take the speed from Chlorophyll, but it actually can increase its power because of its final ability, Speed Force. This makes contact moves use 20% of its speed stat, so investing mainly into its speed, including its nature, won't take as much away from its attacking power. In the sun, it can hit a max speed of 640, which will be an additional 128 to its attack when it uses a contact move. So in the sun, it's a complete powerhouse. But is it enough to be considered the best? Last and definitely least, we have Mega Obama Snow. widely considered one of the worst Mega Evolutions of all time. It's an extremely slow Pokemon with 6 weaknesses and a 4 times weakness to fire. I'm not really sure what they wanted it to do, as it's not really bulky either, but Emerald Redux has attempted to fix it. Stats wise, it's been given slight boosts to its attack, raising both to 140, while its defenses stay the same at 105. So far it's still in the same position, so it needs some great abilities to help it out. It retains Snow Warning, and Hail in this game works like snow in that it will get a 50% boost to its defense. This will also pair well with its Ice Body ability, making it heal 1/8 of its health each turn. If you are running a special attacking variant, it will always hit its blizzards, which is super helpful. But that's not all it gains from being in Hail. Its other ability, Whiteout, will boost its Ice type moves by 50%. So it is a very powerful Pokemon, and getting hit by it will actually be a problem. But it needs to survive still, and still has too many weaknesses. That's why giving it Permafrost, which weakens super effective moves by 25%, is a good fix for it. There was not much here to work with in the first place, but maybe this was enough to bring it to the top of the Grass type Mega Evolutions list. There are only 5 total, so even the worst of these Megas is technically top 5, so not too bad. Except the Mega coming in at number 5, Obama Snow, is bad. It actually surprised me because I was expecting it to be terrible, but it really wasn't. The physical attacking set is best for it, especially because it has one of the best ice shards in the game. Despite its typing, it's bulky enough to survive a good amount of hits, which it will retaliate with great power. Comboed with Ice Shard, it will take out a fair amount of Pokemon. It unfortunately just won't last long, and the other Megas are just better options. The 4th best Grass Mega Evolution is Mega Venusaur. Now I was really expecting this to blow me away, but I found it lacking at times. Even with the sun being up, it's still slow. It'll usually survive that first hit to set up the sun, but it's going to be taking a lot of hits, and that leaves it vulnerable, especially if it doesn't pick up a knockout. Solar Beam being usable right away is useful and can pick up a KO or 2 in the right situation. I still think it's a really solid Mega, but I would need a team built around it to help. Now for the top 3. The Hoenn starter, Mega Sceptile. It is extremely fragile, and avoiding Pokemon with strong priority moves is smart, but the power and speed can't be ignored. It's a Mega Evolution that can come in and deal huge damage and take out a fair amount without setting up too much. A lot of the Pokemon in this game are geared to attack, not for defense, so the speed Sceptile has can be very helpful. If you need a sweeper for a Sun team, Sceptile will be one of the strongest grass Pokemon you can have. The final 2 are the ones I didn't talk about, but are great Megas in general and not just grass. But to me, there's a clear number 1. So the 2nd best grass Mega Evolution is Mega Breloom. Breloom's Mega doesn't add much to its attack or speed, but makes it very bulky. It has an ability that inflicts Leech Seed for attacking moves, and an ability that gives moves under 25 base power priority. This is the main reason why it's so good. Reversal is technically a move with a base power of 1, getting crit, priority, and technician boost. If it uses a Swords Dance and you bring it down to low enough health, it's GG at that point. Only Ghosts and priority can stop it. Also has Spores, so you can choose to put them to sleep and set up further. This Mega is exactly what you'd expect from this game and is a top tier Mega in general. So how is it not number 1? Well, the real number 1, Mega Meganium, is one of the best Mega Evolutions in Pokemon in this entire game. Even though its stats are similar to Mega Venusaur, Venusaur wishes it could be half as good as Meganium even on her worst day. It's really tanky, and even with the Fairy type has a lot of weaknesses, but getting its health down is no easy task because of its triage ability. This gives all healing moves priority. Giga Drain and Draining Kiss will demolish through teams. It's one of the rare Megas that's just able to sweep without much help. For me, it's not even close. Mega Meganium is the best Grass Mega Evolution in these games. That was my breakdown of the Grass Mega Evolutions in Emerald Redux and my top 5 ranking for all of them. If you think I missed anything or disagree with my picks, let me know. Don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.